kind of a fun study. At Stanford, they took the men's basketball team and they had them stay in bed for 10 hours. And first of all, they slept a lot. Now, these are young men at the end of adolescence, so their sleep need is still, for a lot of them, slightly longer than what it is for adults because they're still growing. Remember that N3 where you're still secreting a lot of growth hormone? So kids have a lot of N3. And of course, an 18-year-old, in some cases, is still growing. So what happened is then they timed their sprints. And so the 0 is where they were at baseline. And look at what happened over the course of a month or so. They got faster. You know what's really interesting about this experiment, though, is what happened after. They didn't stick to it. So unfortunately, it's a great experiment, right? You take a bunch of high-performing athletes, you extend their sleep, and they get better. But the structure of their life as college athletes doesn't support spending 10 hours in bed at night. So let's talk about weight management and nutrition. Because I think we're all, again, in terms of health, we're all focused on physical activity and good nutrition. And we forget about this third pillar over here, which is sleep health, in my view. Overweight adults who were trying to lose weight and slept 6.5 hours or less were in a study. This was done in Chicago. And they extended their time in bed to 8.5 hours. One of the interesting things was, they were not people who were just biologically didn't need a lot of sleep, because when they did this, they slept another 1.5 hours on average per night. And they said they felt less sleepy and had more energy. And they reported a decrease in their appetite. And they reported a 62% decrease in their desire for sweet and salty foods.